Your performance was obviously one of a kind. It's still unique for us to have someone who's not Indian and American at that to be singing our national anthem. I'm sure you must have prepared yourself, and it was a beautiful rendition. What are the kind of reactions you got? Because you did talk about the energy of the crowd and the reaction of the audience yesterday. Share a little bit of how people have been reacting to you.
Well, I thought it was such a brilliant idea to have, and let me just first say thank you to Dr. Bharat, these are names that are familiar, but Himanshu, a gentleman who was very key to the event really happening in such an extraordinary way. So many, Dr. Vijayji, of course, you all know there, who was so instrumental to me performing, and so many others. I want to thank the steering committee for the invitation to perform. I thought it was a brilliant idea to have an American sing the Indian national anthem, and then a young lady of Indian descent to sing the American national anthem. She did a wonderful job, that young lady last night who sang the American anthem. It's a hard one to sing, just like the Indian anthem is hard, so she did a wonderful job. But I loved that imagery because it really showcased the cross-pollination, the cultural assimilation. It spoke to the model of the G20 summit, the one earth, one family, one future, that one family aspect. I thought it was a really beautiful way to display that by having the anthems positioned that way. But I tell you, Shivani, I almost stopped singing during the anthem for a moment because it was glorious. Seeing this auditorium full of just beauty of culture, and then hearing these voices singing your anthem already is just so beautiful and emotional, and it just oozes with love of country, and so hearing all these voices, there was so much passion in their singing. I personally, standing on stage, I almost had a moment where I just wanted to stop singing and listen, because it truly was. It sounded like heaven to me. It really did. It was very angelic. It was very sacred to me, as these songs of patriotism are, whether they're American, Indian, or wherever in the world. And so it was such a special night, and to have that moment standing next to one of the greatest leaders in the world. It will go down in life as a moment I will always treasure.
Finally, Mary, can I just take your thoughts on the entire visit? Obviously, you've been talking about the Indo-US relationship. What does that mean for someone like you?
Well, it was an extraordinary week. It really was a great week for the Prime Minister. I hope that the PM's team and all of those affiliated are on their way. I know they're in Egypt now, but as they head home, I hope that they have a sense of assurance that this was a very successful visit for the Prime Minister on many levels. And it certainly was a successful visit as it relates to the U.S.-India relationship. The conversations that certainly were shared between the president and the prime minister displayed that, at the forefront. And certainly the prime minister's speeches and thoughts that were shared throughout the week just culminated the importance of the U.S.-India relationship, and certainly the position that India is playing in the world. We are seeing some significant conflicts in the world that are affecting both countries, let alone the entire world. We're seeing, and so I say that to say India is so positioned right now in a very crucial way to bringing stability to the world. And so certainly as the United States is looked to as a leader in the world, the relationship is very timely in the context of its strength. And so I think that was the beauty of the week for certainly the United States and certainly for India, and as it helps the prime minister, that you saw the strength of the relationship. And I think also, again, it was a great week for America to see Indian culture and the pride of India on full display. And it was a great way for the United States to see the prime minister's agenda in totality, the great things that he's doing in technology and infrastructure, agriculture, certainly his promotion of women and the advancements of women in India, his love and passion for youth, and how that's certainly stimulating. So we got to see so much of his personal agenda on display that had many parallels to what we believe in the United States. And Shivani, I'll say lastly, it was a beautiful week that put two words on full display, and that is freedom and democracy. That is the common bond that the United States and India shares, and that is what I think is the most important aspect of our relationship, is that we are the symbol, we are the beacon of hope for freedom and democracy in the world. We're the two largest democracies. And so we carry that responsibility to wave the flags of freedom and democracy in every aspect. And that certainly was on full display. And a good conversation to continue to challenge both leaders, the American president, certainly President Biden, and the Prime Minister of India, Prime Minister Modi, to challenge both leaders to continue everything that they're doing agenda-wise to continue advancing freedom and democracy within country and across the world. So it was a great week, and I look forward to traveling to India this fall for the G20 summit, certainly to see more conversation on the U.S.-India relationship.
And we'll certainly host you on CNN News 18 when you come to India for the G20 summit. I look forward to that, Mary. You're a wonderful ambassador for America, and you're quickly becoming an ambassador for India too. So many congratulations once again on your performance, and all the very best.
Thanks so much, Shivani. I look forward to seeing you when I come to India. Absolutely.
Thank you.